Happy Cinco de Mayo, everybody. I'm the Greeze. This is Will. It's our 7-year anniversary of the podcast, a podcast about whiskey. Unbelievable, 7 years. Feels right.
Can't believe we made it this long, actually. We almost didn't multiple times.
Yeah, I mean, no, there's a few swerves. There's been swerves.
There's like 3 famous feuding brother bands out there. You know, you've got
the Liam brothers,
Oasis, the Gallagher brothers,
the Gallagher brothers,
Liam and Noel, and then you've got the Black Crows.
Liam's the only one I care about,
and you got Will and the Grease, and that's about it. But hey, we're still out there touring.
Guys, I just want to say, I think we both want to just say thank you to all of our listeners on the podcast platform. You guys were the OGs, and then we moved over to YouTube, and you guys have shown up in there as well. And we are so thankful for that. You guys have supported us over the years and have supported us as we've seen continued growth, and we've put ourselves out there as far as doing like some big projects and events and ideas and getting those things out there. So we wanted to say thank you, but I'm going to pitch it to you for like, just kind of like a memory.
Oh, like what's a top memory?
Yeah.
Top podcast memory.
Now I've already forgotten the one I pitched.
No, you know what yours is. So maybe you should start it.
I should?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think about what the heck I said.
You literally said, here's what I think I want to talk about. And I said, yeah, you should. Now do something different.
I mean, I did the intro that I knew I was going to do.
This is so on brand.
Dude,
you were going to talk about Whiskey Weekend Batch 1.
Oh, yes. Thank you. We put, so Whiskey Weekend, all the Whiskey Weekends are special. Let me just go ahead and tell you, get that out of there. What was special about Whiskey Weekend Batch 1 is that for the first time ever, we put faces to the names that we saw on comments on, honestly, the podcast
on our
platform.
Instagram lives and things of that nature.
Yeah, Instagram lives and stuff. Yeah, exactly. Like people are introducing themselves as their Instagram handle. Like, that was really cool to see. Obviously, every channel that's ever gotten to visit with people in person has that. This was just 5 years ago, and it was very special for us, very eye-opening. And at that point, we already loved the whiskey community. We just didn't have a tangible way of showing that.
Yeah.
It's like loving someone. You could either just say you love them or you can show you love them. Yeah. And that's what it felt like. That's what the difference felt like. And literally we just hung out for 3 days, and I don't know of a single person on that I don't still keep in touch with on that batch 1, which is a lot of fun. But that was my favorite memory. That's honestly, that one thing right there is worth the 7 years.
Yeah, I think there's so many laughs we've had, so many experiences we've been fortunate to partake in because of the community, because of our friends. But I mean, I'll echo that especially that first batch was very special. But I would say one of the greatest memories I have was the awkwardness of the very first virtual barn night. So virtual barn night was born out of, we did real barn nights was when we went out to our buddy Chris Thomas's house with our buddy Joe B, and we would do a blind competition. It grew over the year, and those have been some of our most beloved episodes that we've done. And so we decided to do virtual barn night, where it's like, hey, let's do. At the time, it was Google Meets, I believe, is what it was called.
And we could only have a certain amount of people for a slot. We had 20 members, I think,
and there were 2 of us, so it was like,
so it was 8 per.
You could only get a certain amount.
We had to do like 3 of them a week.
Yeah,
and they signed up for different days. And dude, we were doing 6 hours slammers.
They would go till like 2 or 3 in the morning sometimes.
Yes.
I remember texts like months in when like someone would text me like, you may need to sign back. I was in bed asleep. Grease passed out. He's on the floor. Like, he was joking, but maybe not. I don't know. Who's to say?
Oh, that was method acting for sure. But I got to laugh at that because like people were really concerned. That was not joke.
But it was meeting some of the people that for the very first time, like Jason and Natalie, Troy, a lot of those like people that are forever friends now that it was awkward because we're going to hang out with these people we do not know at all. And because especially it wasn't a YouTube medium as well, so there weren't comments in that way that we had not really even interacted with them in a like, oh, so-and-so's in the chat.
We didn't know what type of people we were attracting either.
Yeah, we knew what we were.
Like, they could be serial, like they could be trying to get more information about us and our family. And show, we did have an issue with one.
So all that to say is that I think the very first virtual bar night was one of my core memories and one of the things that has meant some of the most to me. But here's to 7 years and to many more.
Shoot.
We should have thought ahead.
Oh no, hang on. Special Forces.
Oh yeah, this is a key memory as well.
Yeah, this is a pretty good memory.
So this is a Special Forces pick we got to do to honor Special Forces Foundation.
It's not a margarita, but it'll.
Here's to the podcast, to 7 years, and to many more. Cheers.
When in Rome. That's delicious.
That's great.
I haven't shot this pour.
Me neither, but we should do it more often. We can't. There's not much left.